Hey there, welcome to another one of my tutorials. In this video, we're going to tackle Auld Lang Syne jazz piano because New Year's Eve is coming up in a few days and it'll be fun for you to practice this. I've put a link to the sheet music below that we're going to talk about and also a link to the backing track which you're going to want to download and practice with because it's like a medium swing and it'll be fun to play. There's an introduction and I'm going to walk you through that in this video. Let's dive in and get started. So you can take a look at the first line. It's basically this. And as you can tell, I've gone ahead and reharmonized it. So in the beginning, when you have this 5-note to 1, which is the melody, it's a good idea to put a 5-7 chord in front of that. In this case, it's a B flat 13, and the 13th is here, and the flat 9 is here. And we're making it a rootless voicing in this case. You could put a B flat, but I like the rootless voicing. And then you've got E flat major 7 in root position in the left hand, and just 3 and 1 in the right hand. And then it would normally just kind of go to C minor, but we're going to put in a bunch of passing chords. In this case, we're going to go from a half step below, which is the B diminished 7th chord. Now, I've talked about this in other videos. When you use passing chords to get to the destination chord, you can go from a half step below, or a half step above, or even 5 above, wherever the destination note. So 5 above would be a G7 chord, but part of a G7 chord is this B diminished 7th with a flat 9. So we're substituting a G7 flat 9 chord. Again, you can think of it like that. I'm going to write it down here, G7 flat 9. I'll put that in practice because it's kind of like that. It's just B diminished 7th. So if you think about that in terms of where we're at, okay? And then the C minor 7th chord is pretty self-explanatory, but then you get to this G flat 13 flat 9 chord. Really what it is, it's an E flat over G flat. So in this case, we're going from a half step above the destination chord, which is F minor 7th. And then we're going from a half step above, getting to the B flat sus chord. Interesting chord. It's got these 2 notes in a cluster up against each other, which is the 3rd of the chord and the 9th. So it's really a B7-9 chord. So as you look at this, it's kind of 5 to 6 to 2 to 5 like that, but you've got these passing chords in between. So then in this case, we're going from a half step above the G minor 13 chord. So A flat 7. So and then typically what you would see is a B flat minor 7th to an E flat 7 and going to the destination chord, which is on the next line, which is an A flat chord. So it could be something like this. But what we're doing is we're making substitutions in this case, A flat major 7 over B flat, because in the melody note is a G natural. So if that were a B minor 7th chord, it sounds a little bit weird. Typically, the 13th is not available in a minor chord a lot of the time, unless you take out the 5th of the chord. So yeah, let's just go with A flat major 7th over B flat. And then I love that next chord, which is the A13 flat 9 chord, Really, it's a G flat over A. So G flat major or G flat triad over A. Let's skip over to the next line and keep going. So again, we've gone from this A7 to A flat major 7. Nothing too complicated about that chord, but the next chord, so D flat 13 sharp 11. So typically when you get to a fourth chord and you want to put in a passing chord, and the fourth being A flat major 7, so we're in the key of E flat, right? And then we're going to A flat major 7. It's kind of like a turnaround chord. In this case, D flat 13 sharp 11. So E flat over D flat. Just an E flat triad. And then we're getting to the E flat major 7. So another passing chord, the B diminished 7th. And there's a nice chord where you've got an A flat over G flat. And then we've got the last two bars of the first section. So what you've got here is descending in half steps, which is pretty typical. You could go 3, 6, 2, 5, 1. So G minor to C7 to F to B flat. But in this case, we're using the tritone substitutions, the passing chords. And then A flat over B flat, so it's kind of like a sus chord heading to this. And it's always nice in major keys to put a flat 9 in front of the next 1 chord. So we're heading to 1, which is E flat major 7, so B flat 7 flat 9. And we'll continue on with this tutorial in the next video. I again have put a link to the music, the sheet music and the backing track below. I'm going to play the tune through once, and basically what I'm going to do is play this introduction and then we're going to go into swing. So in the next video we'll talk more about the introduction and we'll introduce the swing section to you as well. I hope you enjoy this.